I stand here today not just as a fellow Buccaneer, but as a representative of the entire student body, to celebrate the dedication that has fueled your journey and to congratulate you on this significant achievement. As you conclude this chapter of your ETSU journey, I encourage you to pause and reflect on everything that has brought you here. The memories made, the friendships forged, and the lessons learned that have shaped your experience. I hope you found a supportive community that has been there for you every step of the way. May the lessons you've learned, both in and out of the classroom, serve as a guiding light as you step into the next stage of your life. As your SGA president, I have had the privilege of witnessing the many ways you have left your mark on our university. Your impact will continue to inspire those who follow in your footsteps. You've pushed your boundaries through leadership roles, embraced new experiences, and discovered passions that will shape your future. You truly have left a legacy that will continue to shine. As you walk across this stage today, remember that this is not a conclusion, but the start of an exciting new chapter. Today embodies your dedication, creativity, and resilience, qualities that will guide you to the achievements you envisioned for yourself. While challenges may arise, approaching them with the skills and knowledge you've gained here, you use these experiences as tools to navigate your path, transforming obstacles into opportunities that enrich your journey. Each of you has a unique story, and today, we celebrate the next chapter that's about to unfold. As you move forward, embrace every opportunity, challenge, and lesson that comes your way. Carry the spirit of ETSU with you, knowing that you are equipped to make a difference in your communities and beyond. You are now and forever will be a Buccaneer. Congratulations. Go out there and write the next incredible chapter of your lives. Go Bucks!
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats.
Today is the day you've all been waiting for. Friends and family fill the campus with excitement and anticipation, ready to celebrate you. This day is years in the making, a testament to the hard work, perseverance, and relentless drive to go beyond. For our first-generation students, today marks a historic milestone. You're the pioneers who have blazed a new trail. You are paving the way for future generations. To our military service members, we salute your courage and unwavering commitment. You have served our country with honor and now stand ready to conquer new frontiers. To the graduating class, this is your moment. You hear your name called and the spotlight shines on your accomplishments. Crossing the stage happens quickly, but it represents years of hard work, late nights, and determination. Remember that graduation is just the beginning. You are facing a future full of limitless possibilities. Celebrate this magical moment with your friends and family, for today marks the start of your next great adventure. Congratulations, ETSU graduates, and welcome to the alumni family. Go Bucks!
Please rise for the procession. Joining us today is Audrey Neal of the ETSU Bluegrass Pride Band, who will be singing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Good afternoon. It is my honor to welcome you all to the campus of East Tennessee State University for our Fall 2024 commencement exercises. Today marks a significant milestone for our graduates. It is a day to recognize their accomplishments, their dedication, and the degree that they have worked hard to earn. Class of 2024, there are so many people celebrating with you today. Welcome and thank you to the family and friends who have supported and encouraged our graduates throughout their journey. I would also like to acknowledge the incredible faculty and staff members whose guidance and mentorship have helped shape your ETSU experience. This is a mission-driven institution where we prepare our students not just for careers, but to make a meaningful impact on their communities and beyond. Whether you are planning to further your education, entering the workforce, or moving on to a new adventure, my wish for you is that you will never stop learning and that you will do well, but that also along the way you will do good. To the members of the class of 2024 seated before me, congratulations. Next, we have a message from Dr. Linda Latimer, Chair of the ETSU Board of Trustees. Following her greetings, ETSU President Dr. Brian Nolan will introduce our guest speaker.
As I prepare to introduce today's commencement speaker, I'd like to take you back to the year 2021. That year, ETSU announced a historic partnership with Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee to create the Blue Sky Institute. This collaboration would provide students with the opportunity to earn an accelerated bachelor's degree in computing and a job offer in one of the fastest growing careers in the nation from Blue Cross in just 2 years. Fast forward to 2022, when we welcomed our first class of Blue Sky Scholars, who began their educational journey at Blue Cross Blue Shield's headquarters in Chattanooga. Today, that inaugural class of students is sitting before us, preparing to cross the stage, receive their diplomas, and begin their careers. We are incredibly excited to welcome the individual whose vision made all of this possible, Dr. J.D. Hickey, President and CEO of Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee, who will serve as this afternoon's commencement speaker. Dr. Hickey leads the executive team responsible for the daily performance and management of an enterprise that employs more than 6,500 individuals and serves more than 34 million plan members, my family included. Before coming to Blue Cross, he was a partner at McKinsey & Company, one of the world's leading strategic management consulting firms. He was a member of Governor Phil Bredesen's cabinet, where he served as the director of Tennessee's Medicaid program, known as TennCare, from 2004 to 2006. In this role, he led efforts to reform the TennCare program and ultimately position it for financial stability. After graduating magna cum laude with a bachelor's degree from Colgate, Dr. Hickey earned his medical degree from Duke University School of Medicine and his Juris Doctorate from Duke University School of Law. He serves on the board of directors of Koch Consolidated, the National Institute of Healthcare Management, and the Tennessee Collaborative on Reforming Education. We are incredibly grateful for his vision and partnership and for his commitment to creating pathways for our students to take them seamlessly from education to employment. We are honored and excited that he could join us here today to celebrate the accomplishments of the class of 2024. Please join me in welcoming this afternoon's commencement speaker, Dr. J.D. Hickey.
Good afternoon. Let me be among the first to offer you my congratulations. East Tennessee State University is an incredible school, and education is a gift. It is one of those things that will distinguish you from most of the rest of the world for the rest of your lives. It is the basketball equivalent of a no-look pass that leaves you in the paint and open. In all likelihood, there is an extended team of people who helped get you here today. Your parents, your grandparents, your teachers, your pastors, your coaches. What you do next and whether you make good on it is up to you. I will admit that I am somewhere in between feeling incredibly humbled to be speaking to you on such a significant day in your lives, and yet ridiculous to be standing here in this costume. And I will admit I take some degree of comfort that I, at least, unlike perhaps some of you, have something on under this besides my jockey shorts. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee has deep connections to ETSU. Dr. Paul Stanton, one of your former chancellors, served on our board for many years. He was a fine leader, even better human being. And Dr. Brian Nolan is among the best in the business, in my opinion. He had the courage to join us in creating Blue Sky, our accelerated Bachelor of Computing program that is located entirely on our campus in Chattanooga, and from which we have our first 28 graduates here today. A special shout out to that group. I also want to have a big thank you to Dean Pittarisi, to Provost McCorkle, and Dr. Bennett, without whom we would not be here. Listen, I'm not sure there is a time when a group of 20-year-olds would be excited to hear about the life of a health insurance executive, but this week, of all weeks, is not that time. So as I sat down to write this commencement address, it occurred to me I should think back about my own graduation for inspiration. The famed Irish poet Seamus Heaney spoke at my commencement in 1993. I'm embarrassed to admit that I am only a bit more familiar with Mr. Heaney now than I was that day some 30 years ago, and I can faithfully recall exactly 0 of his words that day. Unfortunately, I was unable to find any written recording of his speech. This was the black and white pre-internet days, after all. But I did find a reference in my college paper praising Mr. Heaney for his speech, which took the form of an 86-stanza poem offered entirely in metrical verse And suddenly those memories came flooding back to me, and again I would offer to you that I'm not sure there's ever a good time for that, but today is not that day. So instead, I decided to make a pilgrimage to the greats, to the primes. Bill Gates, Toni Morrison, Stephen Colbert, they've all had excellent commencement addresses that have been captured in their entirety on platforms like YouTube and the like. And while some of them are quite funny, too often their words boil down to follow your passion, change the world, do what you love. Those are exaltations that if I were in your shoes, I would find exceptionally unhelpful. I have 3 teenage boys at home. If I asked them what they loved, what they were really passionate about, they would tell me fantasy football, Call of Duty, and perhaps Pal's cheddar rounds. If you can figure out how to change the world with those, my hat's off to you. So finally, in desperation, I thought to check with my good friend Roy Vaughn, who's with me today. He's our Chief Human Resources Officer at Blue Cross, a very respected communications officer in his own right, and he offered me some pieces of advice. First, he reminded me that the famous expression, "that was a great graduation speech, it was just too short," was said by no one, ever. And second, he encouraged me to share what I know, what I've lived long enough to learn, and what I hope somebody will tell my own boys in a few years. And he assured me that if living a happy life gives a person the right to advise others on how to live their lives, then I'm eminently qualified. So here goes, 4 pieces of advice as you prepare to launch into this world. If I do better than the great Mr. Haney, perhaps you will remember at least one of these by dinner time tonight. So first, for those of you who do not plan to stay in school, get a job. Preferably one where you're surrounded by people on a daily basis, and do it as well as you can. I know many of you are probably worried about what comes next. I understand that. Looking back, I don't know how anyone finds that first job. It seems so impossible when you're first starting out. But you will eventually, and in the interim, don't make that process harder by holding out for some job that's going to change the world at some macro level. Trust me when I tell you that you can serve others and you can find purpose, whether you work in a bank, whether you put roofs on houses, or whether you raise children, as long as you do it with excellence and with love. And if along the way you can find some noble cause and you can dedicate your life to it, incredible. But for the rest of us, the most help that we can be to ourselves and our families is to take care of those around us. If you can provide for that one unit of well-being in your family in this world, you have done your part. Moms and dads in the audience today, thank you. You have done your part. My second piece of advice to you this afternoon is to put your faith in the power of compound interest. Most of you have taken your last math class, thank God. You don't need to know how to calculate compound interest. You don't even need to understand it. But trust me when I tell you, you don't need to make a lot of money in order to retire comfortably. What you need is a lot of time. And right now, you have it. The money that you put aside for your retirement when you're 25 years old is worth 20 times the same amount that you put aside when you're 55-year-old. If by some miracle we could take the clocks back and give your parents $15,000 to invest at the time of their own graduation, they would be well on their way to having over $1 million in retirement without having saved another penny over their entire working lives. If that doesn't motivate you, then think of it this way. There's a reason why some people will always have more than you. They spend less than they have, and what they have just keeps growing. My third piece of advice to you this afternoon is to join the Elks, or the Garden Society, or the Softball League, or the Church Supper Club, even if, and perhaps especially if, you have no real experience in those things. I know I just encouraged you to get a job and to start saving, but I'm afraid that for many of you, you're moving into a window of your life which will be defined primarily by the enormous number of hours that you're going to dedicate to your work. In that context, your mobility, your lack of attachment will serve you well, and eventually, if and when you do earn more money, if you're like most Americans, you will use it to buy even more privacy in the form of bigger houses, bigger yards, and private schools, and the like. I will admit I was much older than you are by the time I realized this. I will admit that this is something I still struggle with. We are hardwired to believe that money and power and fame and pleasure will bring us happiness, and humans have a strong bias. We like to hang around people who are like ourselves, who share our demographics, our values, our attitudes. Instead, if you ask almost any older person in your life, what we will tell you is that it's the quality of our relationships, it's the depth of our connections to the community that matters most. And trust me when I tell you that some of your best friends and some of your most valued mentors can be people who are nothing like yourself, who don't share your politics, who don't share your religion, and most of all, don't share your level of education. Fourth, protect the friendships that you already have. At the great risk of assuming that your life will be anything like my own, then today will be a bittersweet day, in part because you will never have as many friends as you do right now. And I'm sorry to say that you may in fact be seeing some of those friends for the last time today. It is one of the great mysteries of life that as we get older, our circle of friends tends to diminish. Many of us wake up and we realize one day that we've only got a handful of close friends left. Part of that is normal and it's healthy, but trust me when I tell you, you don't lose touch with your school friends because you no longer like them. You gradually lose them to time and to distance. You get busy with work, you get busy with your own families, and they slip away. So take a moment and look around, reflect on which of these relationships are worth fighting for. Please don't wake up and find yourself part of the 35% of Americans who report that they are chronically lonely. Finally, I'd like to try to convince you how good life can be if you don't already know it. There are some really terrible times ahead. We all have them. Heartbreak, missed promotions, illness. But know that all in all, life can be spectacularly good. If that were not so, none of us my age and older would be fighting so hard to try to fend off our impending demise. So go get a job, preferably one where you're surrounded by people on a daily basis, and do the best you can to do it well. Start saving as soon as you possibly can. Get active and involved in your communities. Wrap your arms around your most cherished friends and your family, and don't let go. Today, graduates, is a very good time for all those things. And if you will bear with me, I will attempt to close and honor the great Seamus Haney and prove that I was in fact listening at least a little bit all those years ago. You are fasted now, lightheaded and dangerous. Take off from here, and don't be so earnest, so ready for the sackcloth and the ashes. Let go, let fly, forget. You've listened long enough. Now strike your note. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations again.
It's been a long, dark night, and I'm still waiting for the morning. It's been a long, hard fight, but I see a brand new day dawning. And I've been looking for the sunshine. I ain't seen it in so long, but everything's gonna work out just fine, and everything's gonna be alright. That's been all wrong, and I can see the light of a clear blue morning. I can see the light of a brand new day. I can see the light of a clear blue morning, and everything's gonna be alright. It's gonna be okay. It's been a long, long time since I've known the taste of freedom in those clinging vines that had me bound while I don't need 'em. And I've been captured like
On behalf of the more than 14,000 students and 2,600 faculty and staff who call East Tennessee State University home, it's my pleasure to extend heartfelt congratulations to you, the members of the class of 2024. Graduates, today is your day. Each of you entered this institution full of hopes and dreams and aspirations, but with some degree of trepidation about the journey that was before you. And today is a similar day in your life as you begin to leave this institution and begin your next journey, whether it be in graduate school or on to your first full job post-college. Each year I have the honor to say to students that commencement is both an ending and a beginning, a time for renewal and reflection, an opportunity to look back at what has been, but a chance to look forward and dream. And as Dr. Hickey noted, it's also a bittersweet time, a time when you'll be saying goodbye to friends, a time when your life begins to change. But that sense of bittersweetness is particularly evident for our faculty and our staff who have spent the past 4 or sometimes more years pouring their heart and soul and passion into you. Graduates, when you receive your degrees, I encourage you to pay attention to the text on the diploma, a particular phrase of text that says, "upon the recommendation of your faculty." That text is important because it signifies that your degree is not some random collection of credit hours. In fact, your degree is the embodiment of intellectual enlightenment, and it's a covenant between you and the faculty in which they have formally declared that you've achieved the learning foundations required of a college graduate. In many respects, our faculty have prepared you for life in ways that may not be apparent to you now, but will become clearer in time. In the years to come, you'll realize that the individuals who led your coursework or who walked you through hands-on learning experiences have planted seeds of empathy, compassion, understanding, tolerance, inquiry, and curiosity in each of you that will bloom throughout your lifetime. Our faculty have poured their passion for teaching service into each of you, and it is your duty to keep their dreams burning bright. Graduates, please join me in a round of applause and recognition of our faculty. There's several individuals joining us for this afternoon's commencement ceremony that I'd like to recognize, and I'd ask that you hold your applause until all have been recognized. The first are members of the Blue Cross Blue Shield team, a group of individuals who play a keynote role in the work of the Blue Sky Initiative. I would ask that all of the members, not only of that team, but of the inaugural Blue Sky cohort, please stand to be recognized. So would the staff as well as the students please stand to be recognized. I would also ask that 2 individuals joining us in the front row please stand to be recognized. The first is Trustee Dorothy Grissom, a member of our Board of Trustees and a resident of Chattanooga, Tennessee. The second is someone who for the longest time I described as the hardest working single mom in the state of Tennessee, but our First Lady and my wife, Donna Nolan. Thank you both for being here with us today. East Tennessee State University was founded in 1911 for a singular reason and with a noble mission: to improve the quality of life for the people of our region. Since our founding, we've remained committed to that mission. I'm incredibly proud of our institution. Today's graduates have received degrees in world-class programs of study. They've studied under preeminent scholars and artists and industry leaders. And as our graduates transition from this institution today to begin the next chapter of their ETSU story, I'm confident that they'll take that mission with them to improve the quality of life for the people of our region. And as part of that mission is a commitment and dedication of our institution to serving first-generation students, students who are the first in their families to graduate from college. I'd like to ask that every graduate who is the first in their family to graduate from college please stand to be recognized. Our university also has a long history of supporting veterans and their families. For more than 14 years, we've earned the military-friendly school designation, and we have outstanding resources to serve our veterans. I would like to ask that every graduate who has served or who is currently serving in the United States military please stand to be recognized. Thank you for your service. Graduates, as you now begin the next phase of your educational and professional journey, I'd like to leave you with 3 simple challenges. The first is simple. Remember how today feels. Remember this feeling of accomplishment, this feeling of dreams realized and fulfilled, and pass that on to a neighbor or a friend who's undecided about their future. If you know someone who is in high school who is trying to figure out what comes next, take them on a college tour, help them fill out a college application, but talk to them about how this degree is positioning you to change the arc of history for you and your family. The second is relatively simple, and I would like for it to be old-fashioned, and that's to say thank you. But don't say thank you for a text or a tweet. Go to the store and buy good old-fashioned thank you notes and write it in hand. Tell someone who helped make today possible, thank you for their investment in you. In my desk, I have a number of thank you notes from individuals who, in reflecting upon their career, have talked about the impact that this institution has had on them. And on some of my darkest days, I turn to those notes for a reminder of why we do the things that we do. So please pass along that gift of thanks and gratitude, particularly during the holiday season. And my third ask is a little bit more humorous in note. It's the holiday season. So as we look at that season on the horizon, I want to share my Christmas wish for each of you. May today be for you the beginning of a new journey, a great adventure, and a life well lived with purpose. Now, in the days to come, watch as many Home Alone movies as you can, but only the ones with Macaulay Culkin. Watch Elf, the greatest Christmas movie ever made, and know that Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. But know that the essential food groups are candy, candy cane, candy corn, and syrup. So do all that you can in the days to come to ensure that you get off the naughty list and get on to the nice list. But most importantly, in the days to come, take time to be with those that you love. Make memories during the holiday season and make the most of the opportunities that are in front of you. On behalf of the entire ETSU family, I wish each of you every success in realizing your dreams. Godspeed to each of you, and go Bucks.
A total of 1,369 degrees are being conferred today to the members of the class of 2024. Honor graduates are wearing medallions on special colored ribbons. Those wearing a white ribbon are graduating cum laude with a 3.5 to a 3.64 GPA. Those wearing a yellow ribbon are graduating magna cum laude with a 3.65 to 3.84 GPA. And those wearing a blue ribbon are graduating summa cum laude with a 3.85 to 4.0 GPA. Of the baccalaureate degree recipients, 114 have attained cum laude distinction, 153 are magna cum laude, and 135 attained summa cum laude, the highest honors. Of those graduates, 23 are graduating with a 4.0 GPA. All students wearing the Latin honor medallions with the various colored ribbons, please stand to be recognized. We are extremely proud of our Reserve Officers Training Corps program here at ETSU and our students' commitment to service and leadership excellence. Yesterday afternoon, we commissioned 2 seniors as second lieutenants in the United States Army. Beyond the academic programs of study, these new lieutenants have pursued a very demanding program of leadership development and physical training that has prepared them one day to lead as military officers. Please stand to be recognized when I call your name. Timothy J. Gresham and Kenton D. Rowe. Congratulations to these graduates.
And now, as President Noland and other members of the platform party make their way to the front of the stage to offer congratulations to each candidate, we ask the graduates to remain seated until an usher invites your row to the stage. Graduates, please return to your seat after you've crossed the stage. Following the recognition of all degree candidates, Dr. Noland will confer all doctorate, master's, and baccalaureate degrees. Again, Dr. Noland will not confer degrees until all degree candidates have crossed the stage. Doctoral candidates, Clemmer College of Education and Human Development. Courtney Marie Andrews, hooded by Dr. Don Good. Audrey Wilson Besh, hooded by Dr. Ginger Christian. Kelsey Asley Cup. Samantha Ann Satterfield. Kelly Brooke Mitchell, hooded by Dr. Jill Channing. Rebecca Morgan Aislinger, hooded by Dr. Pamela Scott. Joanne Smith, hooded by Dr. Terrence Hicks. Doctor of Education, hooded by Dr. Virginia Foley, Michael Paul Riddle. David H.E. Robinson. Robert Wayne Satterfield. Lindsay Brooke Whedon. Callie Dorcas Welch. Doctors of Philosophy, hooded by Pamela Evanston. Patience Mensa Bonsu Agri. Afaf Salah Al-Safani. Doctoral candidates, College of Nursing. Terry Lewis Armstrong, Jr., hooded by Dr. Ernest Maupin. Cassandra Reyes Ariano. Master's candidates, Clemmer College of Education and Human Development, Mary Beth Hertz. Carrie Logan Burton. Jalen Danielle Cargill. Tekla Wanja Chiuri. Aaliyah Madison Cope. Jeanette Lee Ellis. Ann Walker Godfrey. Elizabeth Rebecca Johnson. Elizabeth DeVault Light. Jackson Dane McLeod. Cody James Dixon Morlock. Mindy Lynn Sawyer. Hannah Lee Scheuer. Benjamin Lewis Smith. Taylor S. Widener. Corey Lee Smith Wood. Master's candidates, College of Business and Technology, Abolaji Adebayo. Mami Abba Afu. Ptolemy Bamidele Akinyemi. Alumairi Aljuani. Dennis Kofi Amuati. Akiana Amos. Barbara Ayeli Aryi. Oluwa Yemisi Elizabeth Ayobali. Marcia Ann Barnes. Lainey Elizabeth Biggs. James Aaron Brown. John Alexander Brown. Ella Ballou Calebs. Ryan Charles Cox. Jacob Matthew Dayton. Allie Elizabeth Deason. Isaac Andrew Deal. Peyton Nicole Dombey. Jennifer N. Edwards. Emanuela Osorumwense Erhaber. Abraham Escarcega. Stephen Chukwumeka Azadi. Vivian Adija Falomo. Jacob Ray Ferguson. James Brandon Fillers. Austin James Hamilton. Caitlin Michelle Hahn. Hannah Marie Hogan. Heather Christine Holstein Mai. Jade Alexis Hughes. Chanda Marie Humphreys. Caleb Ayomiku Nishola. Mary Jean Kearns. Jared Curtis Kirby. Amy Elizabeth Loveday. Sierra Danielle Malone. Evan Nicholas Mann. Rachel Perry Mays. Kinley Elizabeth Mead. Jessica Helen Miller. Nicholas Walter Miller. Elizabeth Ann Minton. Stella Uchechi Puma. Alyssa Marie Morrill. Michelle Lorraine Morgan. Preston Hamilton Morris. Pragna Sai Nutulapati. Ogogo Timothy Abasuyi. Bukumi Temilolua Ofili. Adesewa Sarah Ogunubi. Okai Joel Ojugo. Christiana Bosi Osere. Kwaku Owusu. Darby Chapuz Potts. Gabriella S. Reagan. Ramiro Edward Rodriguez. Anderson L. Sutherland. Wendy Shelton Tassay. Gabriel Vieira Ramos. Hannah K. Ward. Zachary D. West. Grayson Matthew Wiles. Wei-Chen Coates. Erica Ann Fitzgerald. Emily Brooke Ashley. Daryl Bailey. Callie Faith Capps. Jackson R. Catlett. Brooke Sierra Kaywood. Jordan Renee Collette. Michael Grayson Crum. Idafi Kevin Ivivi. Megan Alyssa Gay. Hakeem Meggett. Bridget D. New. Tammy H. Peterson. Peggy Michelle Redmond. Alma Jasenia Regulez. Emily Elizabeth Sell. Braxton Henry Ship. Eric Mitchell Smith. Donovan C. Wilson. Baccalaureate candidates, College of Business and Technology. Brooke Acevedo. Gina E. Albert. Ashley Alsop. Ryan Julian Alter. Kayla Lee Asbury. Samantha Asbury. Abdullah Ba. Cassandra Ellen Baker. Madison Adeline Ball. Jesse Thomas Benitez. Amkar S. Bott. Caleb Jordan Bowling. Kenley Michelle Boone. Matthew Bozich. Nathaniel Jacob Bricky. Robert Elijah Brooks. Malachi Rain Bullock. Grayson McLean Burke. Christopher Victor Cacciatore. Morgan Autumn Calhoun. Flint D. Carter. Parker Duran Chastain. Brittany Michelle Church. Jaden Danielle Clark. Joshua Matthew Clark. Keeler Cogswell. Sarah Elizabeth Collins. Andrew Stephen Cook. Kenan West Cook. Riley Seven Kramer. Kinsley Grayson Crowdis. Skylar Michael Zapko. Erica Lee David. Hunter Matthew Davis. Jaden Woodrow Davis. Erin Jessica De Leon. Mackenzie Shea Decker. Riley M. Dillon. Mia Paulina Dobler. Kaya Sebastian Dollinger. Allison Jane Dowling. Zane Alexander Duggan. D'Angelo Edmondson. Isaac Christian Edwards. Philip Bradley Edwards. Katie Rayna Ellenberg. Brantley Ryan Ellis. Addison Samuel Evans. Graham A. Everett. Jordan Rose Fanueli. Jonathan Marshall Fleener. Jerica J. Fox. Noah Ronald Frazier. Ethan Daniel Frazier. William I. Funderburk. Jenalyn Alvarino Furches. Andrew Garcia. Nicholas Christopher Garnand. Laura Michelle Gibson. Kaylee Paige Glasgow. Dylan Ryan Gramp. Haley McKenna Goodman. Layla Brianne Gregory. Shoshana Ladybug Grinty. Timothy Jalen Gresham. Timothy David Grindstaff. Evan Guzman. Neely Gabriel Hamilton. Jasmine Grace Han. Kaya Mackenzie Hanson. Lily Elizabeth Harper. Autumn Dinas Harrison. Adam Gregory Hahn. Abigail Marie Hayes. Kyle Benjamin Helms. Andrew Cass Henley. Matthew J. Hensley. DeQuell Quayshawn Hester. Lauren Bailey Hilton. Zachary Isaiah Hoekstra. Faith Danielle Hanoski. Alexis Madison Horton. Bryson Andrew Irby. Clayton Johnson Ivester. Mahogany D. James. Owen Riley James. Clay Lester Johnson. Paige Elizabeth Johnson. Jordan Elizabeth Judlin. William R. Karst. Michaela Dawn Kincaid. Margaret Ruth Lambert. Morgan Wade Lehman. Hanson Lee. U.H. Lee. Leanna Lewis. Mackenzie Ray Lewis. Christopher James Long. Connor Michael Lute. Aspen Nicole Matthews. Molly Parkland May. Maddox S. Maynor. Cheyenne Lynn McCullough. Sophia Marie McInturf. Sandra Mejia. Haley Danielle Merkel. Brandy Leanne Milhorn. Hannah Elizabeth Miller. Dylan Yearsley Minix. Brandon Guy Maynard Mitchell. Robert Montanaro III. Autumn Brooke Moore. William Padrig Murphy. Abigail Hope Music. Jessica A. Minett. Travis Nagel. Stone Owen Nelson. Parker Andrew Newton. Ha Din Nguyen. Long Huang Bao Nguyen. Daniel J. Neermans. Tiana J. Nunez. Ansley Oliver. Chloe Lynn Nicole Ostendorf. Rhiannon Raquel Palmer. James Burt Park. Jacob D. Perdue. Ryan Winston Peters. John Hayes Petrellos. Geneva Grace Phillips. Shelby Elizabeth Phillips. Grayson E. Phipps. Saxon Storm Radcliffe. Carter G. Randolph. Joshua T. Reagan. Casey Danielle Rayburn. Rasheem Reedy. Trevor Mitchell Rudy. Skylar Ann Marie Ricker. Maya Kinsey Riddle. David Brandon Riddle. Carson Ridge Ryder. Richard Cole Ridings. Emma Grace Robinson. Logan Paul James Rogers. Micah Bryce Rowland. Caleb Jordan Rose. Grant Jacob Rosenbaum. Isaac Michael Ross. Tian M. Rowland. Kayla Aaron Rubin. Peyton Mackenzie Sams. Kimberly Jasmine Saucido. Tanner Eric Schneider. Eamon Shabazz. Reed Heyer Shamblin. Aaron Levi Shingleton. Brooke C. Simmerly. Quasi A. Small. Jackson Reed Smith. James Thomas Smith. Leah Ruth Smith. Madison R. Smith. Phoebe Kayla Smith. Madeline Rose Spears. Walker R. St. Peter. Logan Tadios Stegmeyer. Jacob I. Stout. Marcus Ayers Taylor. Grady William Tester. Sydney Nicole Thompson. Trevor Allen Toole. Gabriel Scott Torito. Hallie Abigail Tweed. Michael Brandon Twitty. Chelsea Dawn Bolreese. Lawson Elijah Vance. Jillian Gray Vanderpool. Thatcher Conrad Vogt. Dylan Scott Lee Wagner. Mahala Bryn Waldrop. Faith Rosemary Walker. Brandon Michael Webb. Emma Elaine Weber. Addison Sayana Wellington. Zachary Emmanuel Werner. Joseph Bryant Whitmire. Braden Edward Wilkerson. Micah Andrew Kennedy Wilkinson. Benjamin Nutty Wongmine. Micah LeBron Wright. Baccalaureate Candidates College of Nursing. Zara Alacio. Anita Apaya. Morgan Harley Atkins. Nina Michelle Baker. Taylor Bartlett. Marlisa Bernal Morales. Ashlyn Kate Bowers. Emma Kate Branson. Reagan Kyler Brown. Bethany Amanda Burke. Emma Catherine Calloway. Shelby Madison Carmichael. Olivia Faith Christian. Aubrey Brianna Cobb. Matthew Cook. Takara Leanne Copeland. Savannah Tyann Davis. Ashley Marie DeSosa Racha. Holland Renee Dixon. Amanda Amelia Douglas. Keegan Denise Duffield. Chloe Grace Duncan. Aaron Gray Duncan. Maggie K. Evans. Kara Brooke Fain. Eden Garcia Galvez. Caroline Glenn. Lindsay Danielle Grizzle. Chloe Grace Hale. Kennedy Hagan Hensley. Sydney Madison Hill. Cassidy Brooke Hilton. Hallie Jade Hilton. Cade Brenton Hips. Michaela Olani Hosillero. Rebecca Amaris Howard. Holly Mae Johnson. Rebecca Joanne Johnson. Madison Alyssa Knipp. Madeline Bell Keaton. Rachel Carly King. Ajinkya Kumbare. Crystal Langston. Brianna D. Marshall. Ella Martin. Savannah Sue Lynn Matty. Terry C. McKnight. Myra Mercado. Chelsea Denise Messick. Chukwuma Gerard Namdi Memena. Alicia Arlene Moncada. Savannah Alexis Morgan. Patrick Mururi Mwangi. Kaylee Ann Napola. Dane William Nemec. Sydney Elise Snow. Gianna Marie Norton. Kylie Madison Ostling. Cassidy Alayla Jade Paquette. Luke Edward Perryman. Hallie Blair Rostall. Natalie Taylor Reese. Sydney Akia Rourke. Maggie Brooke Shell. Jessica L. Smith. Maddie Grace Smith. Morgan Elizabeth Sparks. Alyssa Josefina Tom. Bella Rose Tuccinardi. Emily Alexia Wampler. Hannah Grace Webb. Amy Michelle Weber. Victoria Ann West. Holly Jean Walford. Hunter Laurel Yates. Alexander Matthew Medford. Jason Gallagher.
President Nolan, as our last graduates return to their seats, it is my privilege to report to you that the candidates here assembled have qualified in all respects for degrees by successfully completing curricula offered through the several colleges of East Tennessee State University and have been recommended to be awarded appropriate degrees in recognition of their academic accomplishments by their faculty. Would all degree candidates please rise for the conferring of the degree? President Nolan, the candidates now standing and some absent with permission have completed all requirements for their degree. On behalf of the faculty, I recommend you confer the appropriate degree.
By the authority vested in me by the East Tennessee State University Board of Trustees, and upon the recommendation of your faculty, I now confer upon you the doctorate, master's, and baccalaureate degree to which you are entitled, with all the rights, privileges, responsibilities, and amenities thereto appertaining. And as a symbol of completion, graduates, please move your tassel from the right to the left side of your mortarboard, acknowledging your transition from student to graduate. Join me in congratulating the class of 2024. Now, per tradition, please rise as we close the ceremony with the singing of our alma mater.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain in place while the platform party exits. Congratulations to the ETSU class of 2024. Guests, please exit the building and find your graduate outside the Ballard Health Athletic Center. Graduates remain seated and volunteers will present you with a commemorative class of 2024 pin.